One of the disappointing things I found with the DJI Mavic Pro is the sun glare. As with any other camera, a sun hood is definitely required. Designing one for the Mavic was a little bit of a challenge, but achievable. The gimbal protection cover seemed to be the most obvious thing to use to build the sun hood. It clipped onto the Mavic, covered the whole of the gimbal, and also would add some form of protection as well. The gimbal protector was made with see-through plastic that was not brittle. We should still be able to use the rubber cover later. With the gimbal protector in place, I used masking tape to mask out the area that I wanted to cover, but allow the camera to be able to still see without the masking tape being seen. This was easily achieved using the mobile device seeing what the camera sees. After a little bit of trial and error, I finally found a shape that worked well. Note that the camera is a little offset on the Mavic, so your shape would look a little bit on one side. Here we see the different elevations taken after the unit was built. I have included the sizes here in case you wish to follow my sizes. Although I had the basic shape in masking tape, I covered the whole of the gimbal protector in masking tape first. I then used a permanent marker pen to trace out the shape that I needed. Using a 3mm drill, I drilled around the shape that I'd made, just inside the line. Note that a Dremel can be used to do this instead of doing it the hard way like myself. The plastic is soft, so after drilling the holes, dragging the drill from hole to hole will separate the piece that you're trying to cut out. I used a series of rough, smooth and round files to get my basic shape. Remember, you're only using thin plastic here to make the sun hood, so don't put too much pressure while filing. Get all the outer apertures of the hole as smooth as possible. From time to time, pop the sun hood onto the Mavic just to check to see if there's any signs of the plastic. When you're happy that the shape has been cut out, remove the masking tape. Okay, one more check to make sure that none of the plastic can be seen by the camera when it is in place. My testing comprised of picking the Mavic up, moving the gimbal wheel up and down, and also moving the Mavic left and right, simulating as if it was flying, just to see if I could see any of the plastic from our new sun hood. If you do see any, simply file it off and run the test again. Once you're happy that the view is clear, use some fine grip paper to roughen up the lens hood. This is done so as we can spray the lens hood, preferably in a matte black finish on the inside, but you can choose any colour you like on the outside. I use black in and out. Always spray in a well ventilated area. Take your time while spraying so as not to get any runs. Allow plenty of time for your paint to dry, preferably overnight. That concludes the making of the sun hood for the DJI Mavic Pro. The gimbal covers are available from DJI, just in case you wanted to keep one spare. Now that the gimbal cover has been transformed into a sun hood, it will allow the air to pass through the back of the gimbal. The black rubber cover will still fit over the sun hood as it did before. This will act as a protector for the gimbal. Here's a couple of short flights that I've done, one without the sun hood on and the final one with the sun hood on, you can make the decision yourself. The sun hood does not look out of place when in use, and I know what I'll be using when I'm flying. I hope you found this project of interest to you. Thank you for watching, and you fly safe.